Yo, people, what's going on? It's your boy Beans. You know the vibe. I'm here chilling with my guy.
Yo, fat boy.
You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna talk about a few different issues as usual. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're gonna get into guys that are trying to transition and leave the roads or whatnot, and partially the roles that women also play in that. You know what I mean? This should be a very interesting one still, because here you have two people that used to kind of do that and two people that have transitioned to go in, to go on and do better things, kind of thing. So, Fatboy,
Yo.
what's some of the challenges you face? Obviously, in previous episodes, you've talked about being on the roads and yard getting raided, and you know what I'm saying,
Yes.
parents being pissed, and you know what I'm saying. What's some of the challenges that you faced?
When you're on the road?
No, in terms of when you're trying to come off the roads.
Wait, is the money gonna be? Are you gonna make enough money that you're making on the roads when you
transition?
Yeah, when you transition, because the problem is a lot of people transition. Like, how do I put it? When nothing ain't guarded on the roads.
So you're saying that it's too
not
late?
Everybody, not everybody. Some people just decide to transition when
things are up.
Things are bad now. Like the roads ain't making them no money. Like everyone knows, like not a lot of people have a long spell in it. Like it's up and down as well. So some people decide to leave when nothing ain't going in, and then they're in a position now. They just need money coming in it. So they need a job of any sort. But like the man, they need to realise, like, if you're making money on the road, put it into something, because you can always be making money legitimately now. Like the same as what you're making from being on the roads. If you've got the money to invest in certain things, like a lot of people invested in Africa, Jamaica, whatnot. Like, you know what I mean? Like even in this country, there's stuff to invest in, like houses, whatever you're into. You're better off just taking a gamble of trying to invest in it, innit?
So you feel like basically, nowadays basically there's different ways in which you can invest your money, and there's also more information out there for you to for people to want to invest basically. And also what you were saying, to touch on that, in terms of people doing it too late, is that because they hung on to a dream of always thinking that the money's gonna come easy go, or they just come into bad ways? And
this is the problem with being on the road, innit? You kind of live day to day, innit? So you a lot of people think the same, innit? If you make today, you can spend it tonight and make it back tomorrow, innit?
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna say you don't think like that, like everyone has once thought like that, innit?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
or if you haven't particularly thought like that, you've spent like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
So, and a lot of people love to live, what's the word I'm looking for? A dream. Like, not everybody is the top man in selling drugs, innit? Not everyone's at the bottom, like, you get what I'm saying? But everybody wants to look like
everyone
they're
wants
living,
to look the part,
yeah. Like, it's like working, innit? There's the boss, there's the workers, everyone has their role of playing, innit? So, like, it's just one of them things, innit? Working, like, as we're all seeing now, working is not necessarily a bad thing, because when we was younger, the problem with being like on the roads was you didn't want to go work, but all your friends were on the block or wherever making road money. You come back, if you had a McDonald's job, for example, you might have made like, what, 50, 60 pounds for the day. They've made all £200. They can go buy a pair of trainers where you're struggling. You know what I mean?
So you had to live a very disciplined lifestyle, basically,
It's hard to go right when everyone's going left, isn't it?
Yeah. I think, to be honest with you, what you're saying is totally right, Carl. Obviously, when you choose to leave at the right time, more than likely you've come to the conclusion that you've got enough money to do whatever it is you want to do. But when you're forced into leaving,
that's when you're a bitter man.
That's when you could turn into a bitter person, and it's almost a little bit like the music industry. A lot of the ones that were forced to end their careers earlier because people just weren't interested in the music no more, always tend to kind of be the ones that are a little bit more bitter than the ones that are now, basically.
It's like anything. In the music career, you don't have long. Like you have a short time. Not everyone's gonna be the Gigs or the 50 Cent in it. So you have to invest your money into other stuff in it. Yeah. Like there must have been stuff you're into. Like invest your. I'm not saying to put it into property or put it into whatever in it. Do what you feel you're happy with. Like even buying little things like a studio or something like.
Well, to be fair, now what people can't say is that they didn't know or they didn't have that information because the elders weren't passing it down. Now the internet and social media is so vast that you can stumble across things. You can have your own initiative to go and look for these things and find out what you like, because everybody has something that they like. Basically.
Everyone has their own interest.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna come off the road with money, should I say, then it's better you look at something that you like, that you feel that you can make money out of, basically. Because that generally will be your purpose.
But the problem with guys that come off the road, they tend to follow what they see other people do. So if they see everybody's buying, properties, weed calf, whatever it may be, everyone just tends to do the same thing. Like, yo, that's what's going on. Like, properties going on. Like,
but don't you think don't you think, number one, you need to broaden your social circles, and number two, for the most part, you will see that guys that go for the same jobs, in terms of like the old roadman, like for instance, deliveries and that, bagger, ex-roadman or ex-jailman, you know what I'm saying, that are involved in it. But if it's going it's something that you can make money on, obviously there's different tiers though, innit?
Yeah, like now with the delivery, you could own the route, you could own 10 routes, you can... Yeah. So it's like being on the roads and having man working for you. There's different ways of doing it, but that also comes with having money.
Of course,
if you don't have money
the capital
to buy the van or rent the van or buy the route, you can't just do it. So it's like coming off the road with no money. You
might just have to build up your thing.
Fair enough. There's no problem with building up your thing, but the problem a lot of people have is everybody's in this race. Like it's hard to see. Well, not for me personally. Like I see it as you'll get there eventually. And some people hate to see a man is doing this and they're building to do it, or they're having to save to do it. Where a man can just buy it
and do it, basically.
Right. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody, you know what I mean? You're never too old or you're never too young. Like.
The interesting thing when we're talking about transition, basically, is obviously we've spoken about people that were forced to transition and people that transitioned because they felt it was the right time. Now, what role do the Gallon play in the pressures of transitioning? Because you could have been a guy that was making money, for instance, and now your girl wants to keep the same kind of lifestyle.
This kind of talk I see on podcasts all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
So it comes with this, innit? When you're on the road, there's different types of girls you get. You stumble across the ones that, the fast life, you have to spend the money on. Everybody, no man out here is not going to say they don't want them. Whatever you spend the money, you get what you want, however it goes, innit? Then you get the real girl, like a girl that's
down to earth, basically.
Yeah, that's for you. But don't get just, you can still get a girl that's down for you. She don't mind the road thing, innit? She might have grown up with brothers or her dad, and that's what they did. So it's not that she's not down. It's not that she's not down for you. You get what I'm saying? And then you get other girls that are down for you. They'll be like, "Don't you want to leave the roads?" And,
of course.
But people can't tell you. One thing I've always said: I can't tell you to leave the road.
100%.
If I'm not putting that money that you're making on the roads in your hand. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can say to man...
But then you can, and what a lot of the Gellum do is end up saying, listen, I'm not down for this no more. Like, you got to go and get a job.
Yeah, but you see, this is the problem. A lot of girls have met a man like that. Yeah? He was buying you the whatever.
But maybe they see potential.
Yeah, they see potential, but you've got to talk to a man or you've got to advise a man in a way that everybody...
He's not feeling pressured, basically.
Yeah, like, a way a girl's going to speak to you has to be different to the way a girl's going to speak to me for me to listen and understand.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's a lot of the time, down to the caliber of the man on the road. And the reason why I say that is because if your man is more or less middle or top of the food chain, basically, or he's earning a lot of money from what he's doing and able to give you or access a certain standard of living, it doesn't necessarily end up looking as bad as what it is. Hold on. So what ends up happening for me is what I've seen a lot of the girl, I've seen a few girls pressure their man to leave the road, leave, in the end, relationship done. They go with the next man from the road that's making more money.
This is what I don't understand. Like, what you I don't understand that.
So really what we're saying is about the money and the lifestyle.
Yeah, because what the girl them want, let's be real, only like road man can afford to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? A working man, he might earn the same amount of money. Yeah. But he's
not going to spend that.
Yeah, he's thinking about what he's spending on rather than a road man that's his lifestyle, innit? Yeah. If he goes club, he has to show a certain type of lifestyle or, like, you know what I mean?
What you'll find is that criminals and execs normally meet at the top, basically, because they're the only two people that can afford a certain lifestyle frivolously like
execs have got a business credit card.
Well, of course, but they can still afford to do it, basically.
But a lot of these type of people, are not paying for this stuff. It's on the company, yeah? The jugdies, what they don't understand, what I don't understand as well, I'm not saying, like, see with me, my whole thing is, it's a team effort, innit? So, like, a lot of the things is, man like to stunt and show off and all of this. But a lot of their brethrens, some man, their brethrens are not going with nothing. Like, but you go and spend that money on an idiot girl when you could be helping out your brethren.
But we've all seen it. Some people's brethren are just not interested.
Just not interested.
That's just how it goes.
Fair enough, innit? But it's like, let's be real. Even back to the road thing. How much man, have you seen that is 50 now, that was a road man, that had a wicked spell all the way through. They've got shit to show. They got yards. You don't have to be a millionaire. I'm not saying millionaire, but you're comfortable. You might even work. You might have a restaurant that you work in. You got a couple of houses. How much man have you seen that's doing that, or how much man have you seen that's suffering? They're having to do jobs.
Yeah, the suffering. The suffering is more of a story right now. Yeah.
People, like, with the internet now, people have to be realising there's a lot going on. So you can see a lot. Like, there's all these guys, like, look at Blade Brown and all these guys, not even to call out them. They're in Barcelona, IB for wherever it is, doing the weed shops and all of this.
Transitioned well.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're doing...
Legal. Shouts out to them,
They're doing their thing. They're making it look nice. Like, I'm not saying everyone should look at them and copy them, but there's some man that know about weed.
I think Big Nasty done what's he got, a restaurant?
I think it's, don't quote me on that. Yeah, he's got something out there.
Shouts out.
Like, I'm not, this certain man that know about weed hard. Like, these things they can do. I'm saying, if you're the man with money, like, there's a lot of men that their brethren smoke weed, but they're not really, their brethren ain't really got. You could take that man and say, yo, we're doing this thing, innit? You're the man that's going to be out paying for the weed.
Handling the science.
Because you know what's the good thing, what's the, you know what I'm saying? Next thing is, like, the girls need to just know what they're getting into, innit?
You know, 110%. I feel like, like the pressures of leaving the road when it comes from a woman's side. I always feel like if you're not leaving on your own terms, that more or less you will be back.
Yeah.
I remember, I'll give you a story. One time, one time we was outside your yard, Now we got our brethren. He'll probably know who he is. I'm obviously not gonna say no name. And we got our brethren here, and he bloody was on the roads, he was doing well, probably went through a little bad spell, basically. And what ended up happening is his missus allegedly was getting on to, go to work. He went to work. No one can't see this guy no more.
You get me?
Like he's not around at all. Obviously, he's doing the family man thing. Cool, that's calm.
But his heart is not
his heart wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Till one day we was outside your yard and we see him pull back up in a nice car. And I never seen a man so happy to say he's selling drugs. He said, "Yo, lads, I'm back selling drugs again."
Yeah, but you see, this is what I gotta say. The girls are gotta understand. Do you love the lifestyle or do you love the guy?
Yeah.
If you love the guy, you got to stand by the guy.
Guy, yeah, 100%.
You've got to try and work with him because if you met him like that and you was loving the lifestyle like that at the beginning, you can't expect for it to change. Just like as on your say so.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
it's
like,
a long process.
Yeah. Because
a long process.
You have to show him, like, everyone's different. You have to show him, like, yo, look at this. Can we go, I don't know, on one of them meeting things they have in, like, Canary Wharf or whatever. Maybe talking about properties, whatever it may be, talking about owning businesses. If he's someone that will sit down and listen to that, take him to these things, like, make him see what's out there.
Make his mind start ticking over.
Tell him, yo, like, you may have a brother that does look at Homes Under the Hammer and them things. You might have a brother that's doing them things or whatever. Like, he's got enough money to buy a property and your brother's a builder, whatever. Show him, like, yo, like, do this thing and look how much money you can make from doing it up and selling it. And you have to come at angles, innit? Otherwise, it's never going to win.
Yeah, it's not just a thing where it's, leave the road and But you know what? Fair play to certain girl. Listen, certain girl ride out to the point where they're doing up man CVs. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's girls
there's girls that are even giving the fellas money, like, when they're transitioning because the road ain't going in no more. That there are certain girls that's very, very supportive.
Guys have got to understand, yeah? The road is like anything. It has its
ups and Corona, big man.
The roads are like anything, innit? It has its ups and downs, innit? Yeah. Certain man save. Certain man don't. The ones that save, like, it's like Corona now. The ones that have been saving from years ago are surviving now, innit?
100.
Like, in the shotting business or the road business, if you're not saving, and this lifestyle is a big lifestyle to keep up with because everybody wants their names ringing. Like, let's be real, there's only a handful of men that want to be that shotter that's behind the scenes. Everybody loves to be in a club with, like, let's be real. You didn't get big up on the mic, you love it. If you spray a bottle of champagne and people are looking at you, you love it. Or you've got 10 bottles coming over or whatever it may be. You love the lifestyle that comes with...
I'm just reminiscing on a few things.
Like, you love the lifestyle that comes with it, innit? If you're working now, you get paid, say, $2,500 a month, $3,000 a month. You've gone and spent that in one night. When you come home, your girl's boxing up your face. What the fuck? Like,
this time, man, ain't even bought no cereal. Like, do you know what it is? Yeah, I think that's why some certain men deserve to be in them positions there. Like, because man will go out and do the most and not look after you, and then this is what's pressuring. This is why the girl end up pressuring them into going to get job because they're saying, yo, this lifestyle you're keeping up is mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're spending money. And remember, to a lot of the girl, when they see 10 bags, basically, or 5 bags, whatever it is, they're thinking that's all your prosies. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know that, that might be your reload. That man's consigned you, and 8 bags of that has to go back to the guy, basically. So you're really only in 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously now getting more on point, but
guys will take that whole 10, for example, to the club.
Course, and end up fucking up the reload.
Yeah, because they've gone. If they didn't have if they left the reload at home and they only had 2, they can play with whatever. When you've gone through so much, now you've seen gal. This is the problem. Like, there's a lifestyle with this road lifestyle, isn't it? Like, don't get me wrong, it's nice. Everybody loves it. You love going to the expensive restaurants, buying whatever it is, the Gucci's, the Louis,
100.
the red bottoms. You love all of it, but
I'll be real with you.
There's a price to pay at the end of it.
No, I'll be real with you. Like, obviously, like, coming from the areas that man's come from, like, the club lifestyle has always been something that the man them used to just love. The man will go and buy a fresh bash, go to the club, buy bottles and all that kind of stuff, like have the gal them around, all of that at one point. Obviously now it's transferred into just going with your brethren for fun and whatnot. Yeah. But there would be a
that's
time...
how man's growing up.
Of course. So, for instance, growing up, like, if you was in the game like that, basically, like, for instance, I could have gone out with me and a couple of, like, the man them, and you might go to the club and, Lord have mercy, if you're in the club on that night, and let's just say in Northwest, let's just say the South Kilburn man them's in there, and they're doing the most. You know what I'm saying? They're making everyone look like peasants. So you're gonna have to hold your thing and be like, yo, we're all involved in this lifestyle, but listen,
going home crying.
don't crash and burn. Do not crash and burn because
like
not everyone's lifestyle is the same.
Because it's even like anything. It's like going to these West End clubs, yeah? It's a different thing when you go in there saying 2 bags to get in and there's only 6 of you. Like, let's be honest, like, if your girl is telling you to go get a job, like, and you're going to these clubs, like, when your pay comes at the end of the month and you go West End, that's a big percentage of your paycheck.
Of course.
And that might be where you go raving. Obviously, I don't really rave in West End, but if you're going to these places, unless you're somebody, you're having to pay a certain amount to get in. Like, or, you know what I mean, to Jimmy Screeching.
Cut your coat according to your size.
So, like, people got to understand, like, there's a balance, innit? Not everybody wants to make the shot in life look good. It's good for some. It's not good for all, innit?
Of course.
The ones that end up in jail, like, there's some that end up in jail. Business is still booming for them. There's some that end up in jail, they come out to nothing.
That's a fact.
Like, they have nothing. Like,
listen, I'll be real
they're
with you.
having to build everything again.
Of course. And to be honest with you, so a lot of the guys that have gone jail and their partners have either waited for them or
sucked their money and cut.
Or sucked their money and cut. Or like nothing weren't really going on because you were the breadwinner and that's how the way you was living your life and that's been cut off. Now your kids might all be struggling because you didn't save money. You know what I'm saying?
This is where it comes down to again. You're a unit. This is where shit comes down to again. If I've got a team, nobody is individually the big man by themselves. If you've got a team and everybody's helping each other. See, this is the thing. I've gone club, yeah? Like, if I'm up, everyone around me's up. Like, you're not going to come... A girl can't come over and a guy that's signing on or things are going bad for him, she's not going to know...
That's what's going on.
That's what's going on for him. Because everybody looks the same. See, some people, like, when you're bad man, now you've gone jail and your kids are suffering.
Man will clout your baby mother.
They will even clout your baby mother. They're not going to be giving money to your baby mother to be making sure everything's all right. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody has friends. You have to look after each other, innit? Like, that's the problem. When you're on the road, you have to.
A lot of men are scumbags, though. A lot of men are scumbags, and they don't look after their brethrens on the road, basically, when they're out. You know what I'm saying?
So
or they don't even look after their missus on the road like that. So when they land themselves in sticky waters, it's kind of peak because you was a scumbag when you was on the road. And I've been in them positions where I've seen man in jail, basically. And I'm like, right, like, looking like he's having a tough time.
I've seen exactly the same.
One shower jail, you know what I'm saying?
I've seen
canteen looking hella like I just went to the shop for a Twix and a Snickers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even, I've seen it, bro. You ain't laughing now. Big man thing. I've seen
serious.
it. Like, and you feel sorry for man. You're like,
I've seen man that's squatting on the road. Like, they're absolutely going in jail. It's a different thing. This is why you have to know what... Like, if I go jail, if I'm doing something illegal, yeah, and I go jail, I've got my thoughts planned out of what's what. So, if I get caught, if I robbed $1 million, if I've robbed it, they're not getting it back. Even if I rob... Whatever I robbed, they're not getting back. I'm not giving it to my mum. Like, big up my mum, whoever. I'm not giving it to nobody. Because I know when I come out, it's due to be touched, like, or if not, everything's gone.
No, but you know what, yeah?
So, I know I've got my thing, whatever... I know I've done the crime, innit? So I've got to look after what I've got to look after. Yes. If it's worth doing the crime, I've got to say, yo, to my baby mother, there's a £1,000 in a shoebox in my house, just for example. Take that, that's going to hold you for the next few months. Yeah? For the next couple months. I'll sort out some money and whatever.
As time goes along.
Yeah, but if you're one of them guys, you've, like, everything's gone, like, you've been living hand to mouth. Like, we're too old now, innit? Like... Going to the club is good. Like, I could go to the club every week. I could spend £10 in the club. Like, it don't mean nothing to me. I've been there, done it. Like, I've seen it. Like, it doesn't mean nothing to me.
It don't mean nothing.
Like, the drinks, like, people got to realise, like, how much a drink costs in the shop, how much you're paying for it in the club. Like,
but you know what it is? You'd realise, yeah, now, obviously, I think it's slightly a generational thing. You realise now, the man that used to pop 5, 6, 7, 8 bottles, basically, they go to the club and just enjoy themselves. You know what I'm saying? There's no need for that because they've obviously been put onto bigger and better things. You know what I'm
That one
saying?
night of spending, what can you? That's a grand spending. What
You know that you could do
something with
stuff with it basically, and it's not as easy come, easy go as it used to be, kind of thing. But the most important thing is when we was talking about the role that the girl play basically in terms of team efforts basically. Like I've seen a lot of men have like baby mums that are just at home, not really doing much basically, and you're on the road making illegal money. And it's like even for you to prosper or to get far, you might need to put her in a position. You know what I'm saying? To where like maybe she's working a decent job basically so that you can account for P's, you know what I'm saying? Like and then maybe like put stuff in her name or whatnot because it's all legit based.
When shit goes pear-shaped.
No, of course, but we're talking about things that are proper. You know what I'm saying? Not these random hood things that will just mash up your money or these.
But what guys have got to realise, what people got to realise,
you know what I mean?
There's no two hands of it. If you're gonna put your hands into the legal life, go all the way in it. Because if you're messing with both, if the bad side gets fucked up, it's gonna take down. Everything's got. Yeah.
This is why I said that you might need to have. I kind of feel like every decent road man. I feel like
coming for the girl. They're coming for everybody. Yeah, they're gonna calculate the money.
Not that many people is that big enough though.
No, they're not. But if they have a feeling that.
Yeah, but you gotta know how to pattern your thing, is what I'm saying. Like, basically, all I'm saying to you is that, like, the woman that you have can play a vital role in how you transition. Do you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And that is from whether she's helping you or whether she's a burden to you. Do you know what I'm saying? Because certain girls, they want the lifestyle, but they're not gonna work for the lifestyle, and their man has to provide that lifestyle. You got certain girls that do work and do earn a lot of money. Now it's down for the guy to be able to be like, raw, what can I do with this person that's going to help me to go further? Because at the end of the day, we all know that if shit pops off and it goes and hits the fan, it's only one or two of your man then basically that's around, your girl and your parents basically. You know what I'm saying? So it's to the people that you could trust and that's got you no matter what basically, that you have to look to in terms of when you're trying to transition, because they're not going to be the ones to judge you like that kind of thing.
No,
They'll understand that, you know what, this is something that is very hard. A lot of guys come out from jail and transition in that way. You know what I'm saying? And
that's because they've gone jail. They've experienced that something.
They've experienced something that they never thought that they don't ever want to experience again.
But then, it's like anything, innit? It's like I'm saying, like, if you're gonna come out on the road, just make sure you got the money. Because the ones that come off the road with no money, life becomes hard because there's a certain lifestyle. There's a certain lifestyle you want, or you want to be able to buy what you want when you want. Not necessarily are you looking to buy it. Like, you might have come off the road, but you've got a Rolex. You don't want to have to come off the road and shut your Rolex because you don't have the money, or just little things like you've got, like, that's yours, isn't it? Like, you can afford to still keep. You've got money there, whether it's legal or illegal. There's ways you can go. There's stuff you can do, innit?
But do you feel like when people have come out of jail, for instance, do you feel like there has to be certain necessary changes, i.e., changing your environment, changing the kind of people you hang around with, you know what I'm saying, like the influences. Those are probably the main two things if you're trying to definitely leave the roads.
Jail's one of them funny places. Your cellmate could be fucking a guy that was doing tax evasion, for example. He's showing you about anything. Properties, whatever, he's doing tax evasion. Like, you get what I'm saying? Clubs, whatever it may be. It's a funny situation. Then again, your cellmate could be a fucking plug.
100%. So, to be honest with you, I've had both.
So you get what I'm saying? And it's up to you how you do, because that's a bad situation turning good.
100%.
Or a bad situation turning bad.
Shout out my cellies though. I've had a few good cellies. They can't put anybody in my celly there. Now, do you know what it is?
It depends on how you want to look at stuff.
For instance, my cellmate that I had, he was into buying and selling cars. You know what I'm saying? You see, when I touched the road, like my first 2 cars that I bought, I copped off of him. He gave me some good deals and all of that, you know what I'm saying? He even offered me to come in on the business and that. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a good brother, good act and that. Like, that was a good experience. Me and him was locked up together for about 6-7 months. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously different wings and all that. And then, you know what I mean? And then I've had other cellmates that, yo, blood, see what you learn? Yo, I got it, you know, I got it. Like, yo, just give me someone's number.
Yeah, remember, jail is a funny place, isn't it? Not everybody in there has done hard crime or...
Yeah, sure.
Like, you know what I mean? You could have even been in jail for something you didn't really do. You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, you don't know who you're going to meet. So that's a perfect example. We've gone club plenty of times and but when you're looking flashy, you're attracting that attention. So you're attracting man that's going to come to you and say, blood, I got it, or what are you dealing with? Well, you don't have it. Like, it goes hand in hand. Like, when you go club, that it's also a selling technique, innit? If you've got the flashy stuff on, you're going to attract next man, especially if you bought them from jail or you know man from other areas. Everything works like that. It's how you deal with
jail,
stuff.
to me, if I look at it mad, and what I'm about to say is mad, but it's the truth. Jail is the university of the streets. And the reason why I say that is because it's either going to, if you've got a craft, a criminal craft that you're doing basically, or even any craft, you will learn how to master that craft in jail. Not to say that people don't go in and out, because they do, but you will learn how to master that craft because think of it, it's just criminals sitting down next to each other, talking every single day about the same old shit. Oh, how did you get caught? Oh, how did you how'd you do this? Or how'd you do that? Basically.
There's a man that you've done something that he never got caught for.
Do you understand? Like, oh, what? They came at you like that? Right, they move. Imagine. Like, yo, all right, cool. So this is where you start to learn about the things that you would have probably never, ever have thought about. Do you know what I'm saying? So, for me, it determines what you do with that information. Do you now take that information and leave the roads? Because for me, I didn't leave like that after my first bird. Do you know what I'm saying? So the way how I see it is that I've sat down with man, on the roads and whilst we was in jail and that, and from the lowest man that was on the roads to the highest man that was on the roads, doing different things. Some doing millions. I'm the guy that was sitting down with the white older guys, you know what I'm saying, talking to them, football, all that kind of stuff, and they just used to just take to man, you get me? But my thing is this: what are you learning? You know what I'm saying? Are you learning legitimate things, which you can? Are you learning criminal things, which you do? In the end, what I found is that we're all trying to beat the system.
Everybody, even a legit man.
And we're all trying to beat the system. And for what do you call it? For the legit man, the way to beat the system is to use your brain, kind of thing. For the man that is doing any criminal stuff, the only way to beat the game is to leave. That's what I found. The only way to beat the game is to leave, and you can't be in the game forever. I know, man, that's like 50s going 60s that have caught their first bird and they're getting 19s, 20s. That's major numbers. And I've sat down with guys personally, you know what I'm saying, like, that have done numbers, and and they've made so much money. The only thing is, the common denominator is they're all in jail. And then they'll all tell you that, you know what? Yeah, it might have been worth it or whatnot because they got the paper, they live a good life in jail or whatnot, but in the grand scheme of things, nobody wants to be in jail. So technically, the only way to beat the system is to find a way out. You know what I'm saying? And hope and pray that you're able to find a way out when you're on the up, as opposed to when you're on the down, basically.
But you know what it is? The drug dealers are smart. Certain man can make thousands, whatever you want to call it, yeah? Like, you can put that into a business and do it, innit? Because jail's a catch-22. You go jail, you come out, you got a criminal record.
Can't even get a job. Depending on what kind of bird
if you've got your own money now, you come out to a situation where you got a bit of power.
Yeah, of course.
Because you could invest into a man's business, like a man that just needs investment. It's not even a man you might not even know, But you've got enough money to even get a solicitor to read through the paperwork, read through everything, where it might be a 20, 30 bags investment. Where now you've got something you're investing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, offered that, you can go get a little job, or offered you've invested there, you can possibly even get a job in there because you've invested money. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So you put yourself in a situation. When you've got nothing, you leave yourself vulnerable for either the roads.
Yeah, the roads will call you back.
Or you're going to have to go rob something, put on a mask because you've got, like... these are the things of what are reality, innit? Like,
Yeah.
You're going to have to do that, or you're going to have to go get a job where you would never...
But I've seen... Well, that's the whole point. In terms of transitioning, the whole point...
Even my job, look, you get criminal record, you can't even get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say to you. So the whole point of the transitioning thing is, when I look at it, maybe... Like, I think the laws in the UK are way better than the ones in America. You know what I'm saying? But there is a point where if a man does come out of jail, basically, and he's looking to change his life around, and you're hitting him up with your criminal record checks and all these kind of stuff, which for certain occupations definitely need to be done, basically. But when we're talking about your normal drug dealer or whatnot, basically, or fraudster or whatnot, like there's a lot of people that can't go on. Look, I couldn't get a job for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's on your basic CRB. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do, basically, just information for the people. Whatever you, if you've got a criminal record, there's basic, standard, and enhanced. Anything you've ever done, down to even cautions, I think, basically, will be on your enhanced, which means that your employers will be able to see it. Most things that you've done, basically, will be on your standard. You know what I'm saying? And on your basic, only the serious things or the things that you've done that have been spent basically after your sentence. You know what I'm saying? Most spent sentences
after 5 years.
After two and a half years is the last sentence that can be spent basically after 4 years basically. You know what I'm saying? So which means technically you can't come out and get a job for about 4 years after you've come out of jail, but you can go and get a job that is less desirable. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, it depends on your determination, but nobody wants to be in a place that they do not desire. Unfortunately, you have to take the L and be like, you know what? I fucked up along the way. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I've got to do to make it better, basically. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like, there's no one else to blame but yourself because of the life choices that you make, kind of thing. And I feel like parents are way more prouder when they see their children that have previously been involved in criminal activity getting jobs, even though they might not be making as much as money as they can, but just the fact that they have a job or something legitimate doing, basically, no matter how hard it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to give a man credit where credit is due.
I totally hear that. I just think, like, when people are in jail, you got to use your head as well, innit? Like, there's certain things you can do, innit?
Yeah, courses. I learned how to paint. In that in my yard. Whether I'm gonna use it or not, basically, when I was in jail, so whether I'm gonna use it or not, yeah, I might paint the odd one or two places here and there.
Those are not jobs, like manual labour jobs. Those are not things for me at all. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I say. You have to put yourself in a situation where things can work for you, innit?
Yeah.
The road's good when you're young and things are going on.
Yeah, when you got time.
Yeah. It's bad when you've got a baby mother or the girl. Like, how much, man, they kill them thief their money. Or their money is gone, whatever's happened, like your stack of cash, which you can't put it in the bank. So your stack of cash, wherever it may be, has gone. Or it's gone low, like you've gone jail, your mum spent it. You can't, like, as much as you're going to be vexed.
You come back to a new couch.
Yeah, you might come back to your house done up. You can't, as much as you're going to be, you can't really screw, you get what I'm saying?
Big man, you know what's mad, yeah? You see, even when I went to, what do you call it? When Mario got let off, basically, yeah? And my mum seen the amount of cash, yeah, that the feds obviously took, basically. She was, so you have this big money sitting I'm saying, rah, like I felt so bad. Not to say that I wasn't
Giving
popping
money,
off,
yeah.
basically. Like my siblings and my people them know that them time if there's anybody in need of a thing, basically, man will pop it off. You get me? That's why I was able to be in jail or whatnot and be calm. You get me? Also be in jail and not be a burden. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men go to jail and be a burden and they end up
People
running
don't
out of
wanna answer,
favours.
yeah,
You
people
know what I'm
don't
saying?
wanna
People
answer
don't
your
want to
phone
answer.
calls.
Man, I'm calling, oh, blood, I beg you, send me rated. Nah, for me, the most part, maybe I tell a man, oh, send me a quick thing, basically. But like for the most part, I got myself. You know what I'm saying? Another thing is sometimes, a lot of the time, man, they end up going to jail and doing their own thing in the thing. You get me? And that could prove to be more lucrative than being on the road. Like, I see man, I don't even want to move jail because they got their thing pattern making money. You get me? Like, man are refusing their decal. Listen, officer, I don't even need that right now. Money's making on the wing, you get me? Like, and it's sad, but when you're in the trenches, you're only going to adapt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you come out, I say that to say when you come out, it's only right that you adapt to a different kind of trench. You know what I'm saying? And if that means like slugging it out in a job for a year or two, basically.
Blood, if you have to be an Uber driver, whatever you have to be, Uber delivery man.
Certain Uber man make decent money, but can you even get Uber driver right now?
You can't even get that.
Because you got CRB checks. You're finished, bro.
I don't even think you can even get McDonald's. People are laughing at McDonald's. Let's be real. McDonald's is not even paying the lowest wage.
Nah, big one.
I don't even think they're paying the lowest wage.
They're not. I got a cousin that working at McDonald's.
Worse than McDonald's that most probably people rather do out of showing face.
Let me tell you something about McDonald's here. You know the reason why I'll never look down on a man that works in McDonald's, is because I've seen man that worked in McDonald's go on to become great things. It's like a different trench, basically, of man serving fries, flipping burgers and all. And they use that motivation, basically, to go on and thrive at whatever. I got a good 4 or 5 brethren that I knew growing up back in the day when we were 16, 17. You know what I'm saying? That was their first job. And they ended up making it. These are some of my richest friends as we speak now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's not all bad. Do you know what I'm saying? It just depends on the energy that you use from that to propel you to go somewhere else, kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? But in terms of the whole transition period, I just feel like patience is something that needs to be exercised, because at the end of the day, you're not making the same money that you was gonna make. You know what I'm saying? You can't spend.
If you invest right.
Well, yeah. You can't spend the way you was gonna spend. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that you have to realize. Listen, there's a complete lifestyle change, and it might take you a few years to really be in tune with what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like it really might take you a couple of years to really be like, Raj, you know what? Yeah, like I could save my money better like this, basically, or I could save my money better like that. These COVID times have proven why you need to save your money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because how much people do we know, basically, that have come out of jail, no savings, you know what I'm saying, trying to work, and you could just tell they're suffering.
But certain man that come out of jail, like, the thing I hate to hear is, I've just come out of jail. Because that lyric seems to stem on and on and on and on until you get on your feet properly, yeah? So a man will use that a year, 2 years later. From you, forget all of that. From you get out of jail, you're back to freedom. No one's holding you down. Even if you're on tag. How much man do we know that have used the system to get their tag to
course.
Their tag's working for them now where things have to
I'm one of them.
10.
I'm one of them.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
I've had jobs where I was on tag, push back my tag time.
You get what I'm saying?
From 7:30 to 10.
So when you're on tag, you'd rather work.
Yeah, 100.
Like, just have the extra time. Like, some people, I just don't know. Like, my whole thing is whatever to get the money in it. If I have to do whatever I have to do, like, and sitting at home is not an option.
But certain people, do you know what it is? Certain men are comfortable with not even transitioning. I've spoken to a man that know, do you know what? I'm going to go jail, come out, go jail, come out.
Certain men are comfortable with that.
And if that's what you're comfortable with,
I can't knock you.
I can't knock you. That's your thing, you get me? Me personally, like, I'm
Jail's
looking
enough
at
for
bigger
me.
and better
like,
things. You get me?
jail's enough. Like, there's living I want to do.
Yeah.
When you get a criminal
Especially
record,
when
you
you've
can't
li-
even go to America. Like little places like Atlanta and all these things not being able to do. Like, blood, like it's the little things that you don't realise until it's too late.
But that's for people that have lived a certain lifestyle. One thing that I realised was for the man them that were trying to transition is that for those that have gone to jail, you can see the pain more in the man them's eyes that have lived.
Yeah.
You get me? Like blood. Jolting, man would have probably been in Miami right now. You get me? Or yo, like,
man, they're just on the
you know
road.
what I'm saying?
Like,
they're just on the road.
nowhere,
They don't go nowhere. So you can't miss something that you've never
don't
really
know,
had.
yeah.
Basically, you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
No, don't get me
Whereas
wrong.
if you've lived a certain type of lifestyle, being in jail is the biggest waste of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that will even spur you on to do more. And I feel like in terms of transition, there's been so many artists that have tried to, even when it comes to music or acting or whatever, there's been so many people that have done a very fantastic job of becoming fantastic musicians and putting out their music and leaving the road and solely focusing on music. Yeah. And even some of the biggest people in the world, you know what I'm saying, have gone to prison and come out and transitioned into being fantastic human beings and role models. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so look at people like the Richard Bransons and that used to do little that were buying and selling stolen goods and all them kind of thing they way back in the day. And then he's managed to make it work for him somewhere, one way or another.
It's always,
you know what I mean?
You know what it is? I believe it's about seeing opportunity, innit? Like, going on Instagram, like, you see all these things pop up, how to make an app or something, like, even just clicking on it and just
But it depends on
you have to have obviously a vision already, but I mean...
it depends on your feed, though, because, like, KDK was actually saying the other day, shouts out to her, she's saying, yo, like, what you take in Instagram depends on your feed in terms of, like, who you're following. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if you're following people that are going to be inspiring, basically, you know what I'm saying, whether they're giving motivational speeches or people that own businesses that give out information or whatnot, a lot of us are following all of these mad sites. I don't even want to name them because I'm due to want them to blog, man, you get me? But a lot of us are following these world star hip-hop pages that are just not really giving us any positivity at all. I don't mind the banter page here and there, you know what I'm saying? But let's follow good stuff.
It's like negative things always go further, innit? You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, selling drugs is negative.
100%.
Yeah? And that's looked at as a big positive thing, if you know what I mean, on social media.
Yeah.
By your chains and your jewelry and whatever clothes, it's looked at as a positive thing. All that I'm saying is, people just need to, like, start change, like, things that people, it's not the typical drug dealers that we're seeing no more. People are becoming stuff, actors, rappers, singers, whatever. So start looking at other stuff. Not everyone can be a rapper, not everyone can be an actor or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, start looking at other stuff that you can invest your money into, because jail becomes long. Like, everyone's got kids in that. You don't want to be going jail.
But I see man with their kids on the visits and all them kind of things. Like,
it's embarrassing.
It's a curse, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of men will tell you they don't even let
people can go to jail. Like, you could go to jail for something stupid, like maybe having a fight, whatever.
Yeah, it's not all criminals that are in jail.
You know what I mean? Shit happens, innit? But I mean, don't put yourself in a position that. Yeah, I'm saying.
I always go back to, like, a lot of people, especially our ages and above, just got involved in the road life. Like, it sounds cliche. It's almost like the road life chose them, basically, because of their environment and what the choice that they decided to make, basically, in terms of being around like that for and partake in some of these things.
Right.
You think so?
Look at half of the man them. Like, the man that we'll go raving with. Yeah. Invasions and that, for example. Like, everybody is different. Everybody has the same amount of money, just everyone does different things.
You know, 100%.
It's what you chose to do.
Okay, but I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say to you here is certain people might not have been living in the blocks, basically, to see these things going on. Certain people might come from families that maybe started a little bit higher up Do you know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
So it's
But
for
we all
me.
went to school.
No, of course.
We all
Of
went to
course,
school.
of course.
It's who you chose.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's only the streets that choose you. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's a choice that
Yeah, no,
everybody
it is it's a
actively
choice,
makes.
yeah.
But sometimes your situation can choose for you.
Yeah, I totally 100%
You get it?
understand that. Innit?
Like certain man, maybe it could have started from wanting a crib. It could have started
Yeah, no,
from
it starts-
your mum can't pay
yeah.
electricity.
and
It could have started from anywhere, and I've seen all of it.
You know what it is? These are the things our parents have got to realise. When we've come home with the money that they know you do something illegal to get, and they're willing to take a little £100 a year, whatever day.
Yeah, this
is where it starts.
It's enabling, basically. Yeah,
because this is where the kids that had to hide it from their parents tend to be, I wouldn't say better drug dealers, but they tend to be the ones that they can't afford for their yard to get raided. They can't afford for certain things to happen. Do you get what I'm saying? So even if their house gets raided, more time it's going to be nothing. There wasn't a thing in there.
Yeah,
like they're going to blame it on their friend. Like, you get what I'm saying? But like, everyone just needs to come together and look at certain things because there's different walks of life. Everyone's got the Rolexes, the working and the drug dealers.
Yeah.
Like everyone's got the clothes. Like the red
100.
bottoms.
All I would say is, like, for somebody that is on the road, basically, like, if you wanna aspire to get all these Rolexes and all that, just make sure you use all of that and you get all of that whilst you're on the road, because you don't want, as far as I'm concerned, you don't want to be working in a job basically chasing a 15-bag rollie basically. It's long. You get what I'm saying? Like you might as well get that whilst you're hustling. You know what I'm
But
saying?
then what, you're going to go to your getting your 20 grand a year job with a bloody Rolex that you're making?
But nobody says that you have to take that to work though. You can take your iPhone watch to work. You know what I'm saying? Most men that wear their Rolex, they don't wear them every single day. They don't wear them on the roads 24/7. You know what I'm saying?
Of course not.
So my point is this: that if you're gonna get your money basically, or you're gonna transition,
Well, just buy something that is gonna
value basically. Yeah,
it's gonna go up in value.
Basically,
Yeah.
like
So
just make sure that you save your
it's
money.
an investment.
Save your money, and make sure that you try to invest, because at the end of the day, these are the things that will give you a smoother transitioning. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to waiting for something bad to happen.
Do everything on your own terms.
You know what I'm saying? Go out on your own terms, 100%.
Like
Don't let no girl pressure
if
you.
a girl pressures you, it's gonna go left.
There's good pressure, or there's encouragement, should I rather say, and there is pressure. You know what I'm saying? Go out on your own terms, because you always feel much more better inside when you go out on your own terms, as opposed to, I stopped doing this for this person. I know, man, that stopped doing certain things, basically, that a girl said, oh, don't do this, don't do this. The girl end up leaving them. And you wasn't ready for that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, what do I do now? They end up back on the road because that's what they really wanted to do. Whereas if you really didn't want to do that no more, and you transitioned over and your girl left you, that don't matter, because this is what you really want to do, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we're all adults and we all have the choice. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you ain't ready to leave, don't leave. If you're ready, like, I advise that you make moves to start leaving, or at least start saving, so that if you do leave, that you'll be all right. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll always encourage the better option and something that's progressive, because anyone that got into it, basically, that didn't know what they want, at some point, you've ended up knowing where you want to go, basically, and maybe how much you need to save to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously, we've got to finish up now. But transitioning could be a very, very hard thing. What else would you like to say, Fat Man?
Just know what you're dealing with, innit? Like, stay in your lane. Like, girls can make you do things that are the baddest things, and then they end up leaving you, or
going for the next one.
Yeah, going for the next man, or like, so just stay in your lane. Just do what you got.
Do you know what's mad? Yeah, like, I'll mention this quickly. Yeah, Power was a very good example. Yeah. Obviously just a show, but it was a very good example of a roadman trying to transition, basically. And I say that because, you see, for Angela, not Angela, his wife, basically, Tasha, the problem she had is that she couldn't see past him being a road guy or a guy that was on the streets. He asked her, "What do you see me as?" She said the biggest drug dealer in New York, basically. These times, the next girl has said, "Listen, you got to leave the game." You know what I'm saying? Like try and do something better. She followed him to the club and all these kind of things, basically, and she's helped him, try and clean up his thing. Whereas the old thing just wants the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? His new thing wasn't chasing the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? She had a good job. She was doing stuff for herself. So she didn't exactly need them. In the end, look how the story turned out. Things ended up crumbling for the man, basically. You know what I'm saying? She didn't really have no peace. You know what I'm saying? And it just all went pear-shaped. You know what I'm saying? So even ladies, if a man is not transitioning quick enough for you, it's all right for you to leave as well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you're stuck and you have to stay. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you are your own person. So if a man's not transitioning or you don't feel like he has the proper dreams and aspirations that you require as your standard, it's all right to leave. You know what I'm saying? But on that note, you know what I'm saying? The man's done on this little talk. So like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that kind of stuff. You know the vibes. It's your boy Beans. You know what I'm saying?
That boy.
Yeah, man. Hate that.